done many years of both sides now. When it first started, we were focusing on medical workers, trying to get them to have conversations on end of life. The second commission that we did a year later, I think together with the foundations, they were very interested in how the Chinese were actually dealing with end of life issues. And Chinese, they have a lot of taboo. So we started to do this in public, so in housing estates. And this is where we start to discover other things. So I remember when we were doing in the housing estates, there were occasions whereby we have people from different ethnic group passing by, and they'll be asking us what is happening, and they want to know what is happening. We were really focusing on the Chinese speaking or the Chinese, so the language we use tend to be Chinese and English. We start to ask ourselves, what if we engage the other ethnic groups? But I had a misconception. I thought that most Muslim, because of how close they are to their religion, that they probably would have more conversations of end of life. When we were starting to think about, let's create pieces just to see whether it goes to Malay Muslim community, we translated The Wind Came Home for the Malay community in Chong Pang. I remember this show whereby we were sitting there and there was this family sitting there, and the wife was deep. I think she was visibly affected by the piece. And then after the piece, we sat together and we wanted to have a conversations. She was sharing the story of how her brothers actually passed away because of cancer, and in a way they are survivors. But as she was going to tell the story, her husband interjected with sharing about how their religion actually provides them, a path and help them to deal with it. But even so, the wife actually wanted to talk more about what religion means to her. I think she wanted to talk about the process, and then it gets interjected again. And at the same time, because when we started doing it in Malay and we start to meet people like, yourself, and we meet with Suhaili, and we start to hear more and more from the Malay community, then we realize that this is a field that probably we need to work on. Both sides now has always been what I call as a kind of practice as research. I think we were really researching and trying to understand how this end of life affect us as human beings living in a city, living as a community. And this community cannot be just about one particular ethnic group only. What about the other ethnic groups? This time, because I think it's really a confluence of things. We've been working with you guys. I think it's a language that we are even more familiar with. That really helps to bridge that thing. And I think with you guys coming in, that really give us the confidence to move